Before the story begins, here's a reusable draft you can use as the script for your video. The day Lionel Messi finally won the World Cup. The story that changed football forever. If you believe football is more than just a game, then this story will stay with you forever. Stay until the very end, because what happened on the greatest night of Lionel Messi's career was something the football world had been waiting for over 2 decades. This was not just about lifting a trophy. This was about heartbreak, hope, sacrifice, failure, redemption, and a dream that inspired millions of people across the world to never give up. If you love football and want more unforgettable stories, subscribe to Football Spotlight and join us as we relive the greatest moments the beautiful game has ever given us. There are moments in football that are remembered for a season. There are moments remembered for a generation. Then there are moments that become part of history forever. On one unforgettable evening in Qatar, football witnessed one of those rare moments. The stadium lights illuminated the pitch as thousands of fans filled every seat. Millions more watched from homes, restaurants, public squares, and streets across every continent. Every eye was fixed on one man, Lionel Messi. For years, the debate had followed him everywhere he went. Every magical dribble, every impossible pass, every breathtaking goal was followed by one question. Could he ever win the World Cup? Some believed he never needed it because his brilliance spoke for itself. Others insisted that football's greatest prize was the final piece missing from an already legendary career. The pressure grew heavier with every tournament. Every defeat left another scar. Every elimination became another headline. Every interview brought the same question. Would his dream ever come true? Messi rarely answered with words. He answered with football. From the streets of Rosario, Argentina, his journey had never been easy. As a young boy, he carried a football almost everywhere he went. While other children dreamed of becoming stars, Messi simply dreamed of playing. Hours turned into days. Days became years. His talent amazed everyone who watched him, yet his path was filled with obstacles that would have ended many careers before they even began. When he arrived in Europe as a teenager, he was far from home. A new country, a new language, a new culture, and enormous expectations surrounded him. Every training session became another opportunity to prove that he belonged. Every match brought another chance to silence those who doubted him. Slowly, the world began to witness something extraordinary. He glided past defenders as though gravity had chosen to ignore him. His touch seemed impossible. His vision allowed him to see passes before anyone else even realized they existed. Every stadium erupted whenever the ball found his feet because everyone knew something magical could happen at any second. Year after year, he collected trophies. League titles arrived. Domestic cups followed. European glory became almost routine. Individual awards piled higher than anyone thought possible. Records that looked untouchable suddenly belonged to one quiet man who preferred letting his football speak louder than his voice. Yet one dream remained unfinished. Every 4 years the World Cup returned, bringing with it hope and enormous pressure. Argentina believed. The world watched. Expectations became almost impossible to carry. Sometimes victory slipped away by the smallest margin. Sometimes brilliant performances ended in disappointment. Every tournament left behind unforgettable memories, but never the one image Messi truly wanted. Lifting the famous golden trophy while wearing the sky blue and white shirt of Argentina. Time moved forward. New stars emerged across world football. Younger players admired Messi as the player they had grown up watching. Commentators wondered whether another opportunity would ever come. Critics questioned whether destiny had already made its decision. Then came Qatar. The tournament felt different from the very beginning. Argentina arrived carrying hope, confidence, and determination. Around Messi stood a group of teammates willing to fight for every ball, every tackle, every pass, and every minute. Their journey began with a shock that sent disbelief around the football world. Argentina suffered an opening defeat that few people expected. Headlines appeared everywhere. Experts questioned whether the dream had already ended. Inside the dressing room, however, something remarkable happened. Nobody pointed fingers. Nobody searched for excuses. The players looked at one another and made a simple promise. They would fight together until the very last second of their final match, no matter how difficult the road became. That promise transformed everything. The pressure that could have destroyed them instead became fuel. Every training session grew sharper. Every match strengthened their belief. Every victory united the squad even more. The team no longer played with fear. They played with purpose. Messi became the heartbeat of Argentina. He scored when his country needed inspiration. He created chances when defenders thought every passing lane had disappeared. His calmness spread throughout the entire team. Younger players found confidence simply by standing beside him. Fans around the world began to sense something extraordinary was unfolding. Every stadium echoed with songs from Argentina's passionate supporters. Flags waved proudly through the air. Families gathered around televisions wearing shirts that had become symbols of hope. Children who had never seen their nation win the World Cup believed they might finally witness history. As Argentina continued advancing, every victory carried greater meaning than the one before it. The dream was no longer distant. It was getting closer, closer than it had ever been. The football world held its breath because everyone understood that destiny was preparing one final chapter for a player who had already given everything to the game. Nobody knew exactly how that chapter would end, but everyone knew they were about to witness history. When you're ready, ask for part 2, where the story builds toward the unforgettable World Cup final with even more cinematic detail and emotion.